Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials on any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to give you some access key and secret key of two of the users. Okay, what you have to do is you have to grab, this is a vulnerability. I'm going to give this on a chat box. Okay, so I'm going to give this on a chat box. So this is a one access key of a user, and sorry, this is a one access key, and this is another access key, sorry, secret key. So access key and secret key. Okay, and then we have one more access key and secret key. So you have two access key and two secrets key. The pen testers in the house are allowed to do whatever you can with this access key and secret key. Um, I'll tell you the vulnerability resides in a S3 bucket. So go ahead and exploit and see how much you can go and do it with. Okay. Um,
Person, I have a doubt. So
yep.
in Lambda, so there is an environment variable is there. So suppose
Mm-hmm.
if they require environment variable, then what we can say
It's
if the
a
business requires environment?
So it's a required environment, then it should not be holding a secret information, right? Like you should not be putting. Hold on. Why we need a business requirement environment variable? I don't know.
No, I really am not understand
Why do
what
you
is
think?
environment variable. Yeah.
Environment variable is basically, let's say when we act as a developer, Manikant, so we have options, right? Let's say for RDS credentials, okay, we wanted to store an RDS credentials. So people usually, for the ease of the code, they say that why should I store it on secret manager, or why should I store it to parameter store? I know RDS credentials. Why, instead of storing it to a code, let me be very smart, I'll store it into an environment variable of Lambda, and as I am the only one who have an access of Lambda, then there is no need to make security, right? So this Lambda has an environment variable, or um, why should I keep it as a secret? So they put, for a code ease, they put it into an environment variable so that they don't have to put it on web.config file or any configuration file which has been pushed into the GitHub. So they make sure that, okay, we are not pushing this credential into a GitHub because we're taking it from the environment variable of Lambda. So that time they put the secrets on the environment variable, which is not much recommended and not required as well. You have, if you want to have a secret credentials, you store it to a secret service manager, or you store it to a parameter store in system manager.
Okay.
Yep.
And one more thing in here ECR. So here we are deploying the Docker images, correct?
Yes, Docker images. We are deploying the Docker images. Yes.
So here as a security point of view, we need to enable the image scan setting. So
Exactly.
what is going to be scanned in the Docker images? It's a Docker
It's going to
config file or
yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So it is scanning the doc config file or how it is scanning.
Okay, good question. It's gonna go ahead on you know, it's gonna go ahead into the Docker Hub, and actually whenever there is an image which has been launched by Docker Hub, they gives you um this vulnerability list also, along with the sorry, if they have an image, they know about it. It's not a zero day if they know about the image as a, let's say, Alpine image. Okay, Python Alpine image. If Python Alpine image has a issue, a Docker Hub will release that issue automatically, saying that there's a security issue into it. And that's the officially they will realize it. Or with the vulnerability which has been you know people have told them, or a security researcher have given them a reply that, hey, there's a vulnerability exists on this particular image. And once they know it, they will publicly announce it on the Docker Hub, but not everyone gets hands to scan or to know about it. So AWS ECR actually, when you say push when you enable this on a push, this they gets information from different sources to verify that the image which has been used is the one which has a proper security. So they are going to do a configuration check where they will see what's the image you are using. It's an Alpine image, or it's what image you have pulled from the Docker Hub, and then that image they will scan, and if there is a vulnerability has been reported, that they will do.
Okay. So depending on the sources which they have released any security vulnerabilities, and depending on that the context and also as well as config file. So both it
Yes.
will scan and it will. Suppose it have a lowest severity. So business needs that. In that time it's not fixed yet. So that time we have able to upload. We can upload.
The upload is even if it's a vulnerability, your image will be uploaded. There will be no issue. Only thing is it will scan and will give you the results on the right hand side. You would be able to see that it has a vulnerability. Okay, so upload will not
Okay.
get you any issues on that. It's just a scanner, right? You run a dash scan
Okay.
on your application, so it
Just
gives you a
will
report of.
show. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hey viewers, our Mastery in DevOps engineering program can help you to hone the skills necessary to succeed in high-level DevOps positions. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll now and earn certification that show you are keeping pace with today's technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Okay, so meanwhile you guys do it. I will run a lab on pen testing a lambda where we have a secrets on it, and we'll hit the lambda function to look for secrets. Meanwhile, you guys, all the pen testers in the house, you have access key and secret key of two of the roles or users. um, Grab whatever you can do. Over here also for the pen tester, I would like you to please use a Pacquiao as the server, and try to search, because you don't know, you're not very oftenly very well aware of how you extract the roles or how you extract the policies which is attached to the role. So if you use a Pacquiao enumeration module, would be better. Okay, I'll just spin up a machine for Lambda pen test. Uh, Meanwhile, that's machines get spinned up. We can talk more on. While that spins up. Um, okay, we can talk more on one more service that's called KMS, Key Management Service. So if you go to services and you click on key management, so that's an encryption service, okay, guys? So you have a key management service on this. okay, which is a very important service because it uses the encryption. It allows you to encrypt and decrypt the data. For example, if you remember, we have a bucket. Okay, we have a list of buckets over here. So if you go to S3, we have a buckets on this. Okay, and in the bucket, imagine we created a bucket called Sony Demo 2. That was day 2. We created a bucket and we have a text file into that. Okay, and if we make that, right now it's the bucket is not public, but if we make the bucket public accidentally or intentionally, if we made that bucket public and we make our object public, there can be a chances, and there are 100% chance that the object will be accessed. Okay, and people will able to see it. Okay, so if suppose at rest you wanted to encrypt your data, right? You wanted to encrypt the data which is at rest. How you will do it? Okay, so to do it, we use a KMS, key management service. Okay, over here you see the key management service. In KMS we have that option that we can create keys and we can encrypt the data which we want. Okay, so there are two type of keys we have. One is called AWS managed key, the other is called customer managed key. AWS managed key is the key which AWS manages it from their end. Customer managed key is the key which you manage it and you create it, and you will be responsible for rolling and enabling or disabling or deleting the keys. Okay, so when you click on create key, there are two type of keys, as you know. On the encryptions we have symmetric, asymmetric. Let me show you how symmetric works. So on symmetric you have advanced option. Advanced option, you have three types of things: cloud HSM, external, and KMS. KMS, and there's a difference between cloud HSM and KMS. KMS is a multi-tenant service, right? That means you have multiple, your your server where you store your keys will be shared with um, multiple customers, right? You don't have a dedicated server where you have your all keys associated. The server where your KMS keys will be associated will be shared with different customers. But if, let's say, you wanted a dedicated server for you, then you can use a cloud HSM, where you can store or create your own keys, symmetric or asymmetric. But that will give you a higher cost, much higher cost as comparison to KMS. Cloud HSM gives you a cost of around, I remember till in 2018, I remember that it gives me a cost of $3,000 per month, which is a huge amount, and companies really scared to spend that much. But it depends also, if you have a good data and you want a dedicated instance for yourself, they give you the option of cloud HSM. um, okay, so we'll have a KMS, and there's an option called external. If you select external, then it will allow you to write your own keys and import your keys into that. But I will write that I don't want for now. I'll be looking for KMS. Okay, symmetric and KMS. Go next. Okay, write your key name. Okay, write the key alias name. Let's say I wanted to write it as Sony demo day 3. Okay, and then go next, and then here will be a key administrator. Okay, you have to select a key administrator. Key administrator means a person who will be able to administer. It can be a role or it can be a person. So who you want it to be an administering the key. Okay, so if you want a role to be an administrator of the key, you can make that person, and if you want a user to be an administrator of the key, you can make that person. So key administrator person will be able to not only administer the key, but the key administrator will be able to add users, more users to act as a key administrator. They will be able to access the keys, they will be able to manage the keys, and they will be able to delete the keys. Okay, and so on. So they can do, as the administrator, they can do the administrative actions. Okay, from here I can select anyone. For now I will select the Rakunan admin. We go next, and then you have to use a key usage server, like who all will be able to use this key. Okay, so if you have a list of users who you want to have a accessibility of the key, you can give that. For now I will take the Rakunan admin as a user, as user part. Okay, next, and then your key is ready. This is the policy which will come in. Say finish. Okay, once done, your key will be visible over here. Okay, now let's go back to our let's go back to our S3 bucket, which is over here. We have a content on this, and suppose if I wanted to encrypt this. Okay, so first of all I'll go to permission and I will unblock I'll make that unblock, right, so that the bucket should be accessible to everyone. Okay, I'm making this bucket public. Cool. Okay, I'm making the bucket public, and I'll go back to the object, select the object. Okay, we'll go that and make this public. So the object is public now. So if you click on the link, right, you click on the link, you will be able to see hello from 349 text. All right, we go back. When we, as you remember, we click the object URL, it's the anonymous hit. So anonymous hits is succeeded. That means anyone can view this link. Even if I give you this link, you will be able to view this. All right, we go back to Sony demo 2, and now I wanted to encrypt. I wanted to implement the encryption on this bucket, right? So that the data even at the rest should be encrypted. So we'll go to properties, and there is in the properties we have bucket versioning. You have an encryption, which is disabled for now. Let me add the encryption button, and we'll say that we want to enable it. Okay, and when you wanted to enable it, do you want a server-side encryption? Server-side encryption means the complete encryption and decryption will be taken care by Amazon, which we don't want. We want our KMS key, which we have created. Okay, do you want to create a new one? No, I have an existing key, so choose from your master key, right? AWS managed key, choose from the master key, and there you will have your key. What was the key you created? Sony, yes, Sony demo 3, right? This is one which we created, so we'll select that and we save the changes.
Hey viewers, are you looking for formal training on SRE practices? Take our SRE program. This course will teach you how to successfully implement site reliability engineering in the modern day 24/7 services. Kickstart your SRE training today. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Okay, so now if you see, this has been encrypted with this particular key which we have. Now let's go back to object and see whether the anonymous user is able to see the object or not. So we have an object over here, and that's the public object. When the object has been clicked, it came back again. Okay, ideally I'll just copy this, so because it might be coming up from the cache. So let's go to private window. It still get opened. See, properties. Let's see. We have the encryption enabled. Why it says server-side encryption KMS? Let's say edit it. AWS managed key aliases. AWS managed key, enter KMS key RN. I want to have an SSE KMS, not SSE S3. That's correct. So I have Sony demo 3. Save changes. Okay, objects. Ideally, all objects has to be encrypted. Okay, but let's say select this action. And let's see, do we have a server-side encryption added for that? Yeah, see that server-side encryption is not enabled, so we'll enable it. Let's say AWS key management. Choose from the one which we have. Yeah, and then save changes. Now it's been encrypted. We go back to our bucket. Okay, so let's click on this again. And let's try to open that again. It is opening up. It should not open that. Let me just check for the private window. Okay, so it's because of the cache. So let me show you my private window, how it looks like. So you see that on the screen, it says invalid, right? So 349, if you press enter, you won't see that. You see that invalid document request server-side encryption with KMS managed keys requires AWS signature to access it. Okay, so that actually enforces an encryption on your data at rest. So that's where we use a KMS, where we want our data at rest to be encrypted, so that even if person has an accessibility to those resources anyhow by breach or anyhow due to a defense in depth, it's been encrypted. So until and unless a person has a you know until and unless a person has a proper key, he won't be able to have an access to the content. Okay, so he won't be able to have an access to the specific, sorry, okay, so he won't be able to have an access to the objects which are at rest. So that is what the KMS service has been used for. Okay, so machine is up. Let me just see that. Okay, this is a question from the pentester. Do you get anything from this, like the access key and secret key? Do you get anything, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Vasan, now you have used AWS managed key right here for this to encrypt this object 349.
Yes.
Okay. So if I want other users to see my images, for example, in this object URL, I should not encrypt my objects, right? Then only they
Yes.
can see. Okay.
Exactly. Or you have to give them an access of the while we were
Keys.
creating the KMS. Yeah. So
Okay.
they have to be in access of it.
Mm. Thank you.
Hey viewers, trying to get into DevSecOps? Enroll for our DevSecOps certified professional programs and earn the certification that shows you are fit for these technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Okay, as it's taking time, so anyone who has a Pacquiao in the environment, if you want to share your screen, would be good.
Wasn't I have a Pacquiao installed that day?
Okay, so Lohit, I'll make you presenter if you want to share your screen.
Okay. So how do we? I think it's there.
Python 3 pacquiao.py, you write that like to the location.
Yeah.
So Pacquiao is a very special, especially for pen testers, very handy tool. Just imagine that you are dealing with several separated projects, so handling different keys, different enumeration, different findings can be quite challenging. So Pacquiao sessions basically allows you to store data from each project and in a separated session, and later easily get back to you and can help you out into doing this stuff. Okay, so over here, as I can see, you have created one session. So I have given a set of access key and secret key on the chat box. So create a new session. So create a new session with the 0 as new session.
Okay.
Press 0. Yeah, write the name of this new session.
Okay.
Okay, so on this you would see that right now they say no keys set. So at the very first time you have created the um, you have created this session. Now what you have to do is you have to set the keys on it. So on the top you see that there's a set underscore keys. Add a set of AWS keys to the session and set them as set them at default. Okay, so
Okay.
right, so you use a set keys. Press enter. Right, write the key alias name. You can write anything.
Okay. Access key ID.
Yeah, access key ID is the one which I've given you first.
Okay. Uh, this one, right? AKI ending with 175. That is that.
There are
That is the
two.
one, right?
There's FO. The one which is ending with FO first is that.
Yes. Okay.
Then there's a secret key just below that. That ends with SK.
Yeah.
Don't write a session token. Then let it be. Press enter. Skip that part. Key save to database. Now you see that day 3 is using test 1. So if you write who am I, uh, it's very small. It looks very small to me. Can you just increase
Yeah.
a little bit size? Can you
Now,
increase the font size? Will you be able to increase the font size? What operating
no,
system are you in?
actually, this is a subsystem in Windows only.
Okay,
I
okay.
think maybe let's see. I don't know how this.
Okay, let it be. Come, there's an option I can increase it the screen size from my end.
Okay.
Okay, great. So this is what you are for now. You have a access key, you have a secret access key. You have a username. You don't have a username for now because you don't know what the username is. You don't know what the role name is. You don't know what is that. So can you type help to see all the commands which you can do with this? Okay, so just a moment. Yeah. So over here you can write list all modules, load command, search, help, blah blah. Who am I gives you the information regarding what you are. That's what I don't want. Update region. No, we don't want to update the region. We don't want to swap the keys. Can you scroll it a little bit down, like a little bit more?
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.